Hi, and welcome to the Kale Houser Leadership Secrets podcast. Today, I want to discuss giving people the benefit of the doubt. Welcome back to the Kale Houser Leadership Secrets podcast. I'm Kale Houser. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I want to discuss the benefit of the doubt, this principle of giving people the benefit of the doubt. What that means is, if you're not familiar with this term, just in case you're not, it means that you are trusting that person, usually that you're talking to or that you're interacting with. You are trusting them to be forthright with you. You're trusting them to be honest in their motives, and you're taking them at face value of whatever they're saying. You're not necessarily reading too much into it, either the positive or the negative, but you're giving them the benefit of the doubt, as in whatever they're saying, they're doing for the correct purposes. They're doing them for the positive outcome versus a negative outcome, right? They're doing it with the intention to uplift or to be, I can't think of another word beside positive, but instead of trying to hurt you, right? So this comes into play a lot of times when you're disagreeing with somebody, or you're not seeing eye to eye on something, or you have an argument, whether this be with a family member, certainly an employee or a coworker, your spouse, your children, your mom and dad, your neighbor, whatever the case may be, that you've had some sort of disagreement. And how we approach that, especially as leaders, with what kind of attitude and assumptions that we bring into that conversation or argument or whatever interaction that is. It could be over email, right? Or text, DMs, whatever the case may be. The attitude of giving that person the benefit of the doubt, right? So instead of doubting their motives and doubting their intentions, that they're trying to hurt us or take advantage of us, we're giving them that benefit that that is not the case, right? And it may be not necessarily that they're trying to promote us or make us feel good, but we're just assuming that they're not doing what they're doing out of malicious intent. Okay, so that is benefit of the doubt. Now this applies in pretty much every area of your life that you have an interaction with another human being, whether that's in business, personal life with your family, walking down the street, you run into a stranger that accidentally bumps your shoulder, right? You give them the benefit of the doubt and how you respond to that. Now, certainly, giving people the benefit of the doubt, especially, so your classic example, a young man at the bar, you're having a few drinks with your buddies or your girlfriend, whatever the case may be, and somebody bumps into you, or like, hey, are you looking at my girlfriend? What are you looking at for, right? So how you approach that situation will determine the outcome in a lot of instances. Certainly that initial approach. So do you give the benefit of the doubt of that person is trying to start a fight with you, that person is upset at you specifically, or is there something else going on and it's not really about you at all? They're just looking for a way to vent or let off steam, or just they're angry about something else and you happen to catch their line of sight. Okay. The critical part of this is to recognize there are certainly drawbacks, and there will be instances where giving somebody the benefit of the doubt may in fact hurt you, may in fact cost you something because you gave them the benefit of the doubt, when in fact they were not true in their intentions. They were being malicious. They were being underhanded. And because you chose, because of your nature, to take them at their word, to take them at face value, you were, taken advantage of, or something happened that you didn't want to happen, and it maybe actually hurt you or cost you a relationship or something like that. But despite those drawbacks, what becoming a person who gives others the benefit of the doubt, what that does for you personally as a human, and certainly as a leader in your organization, it sets you up as somebody that can be trusted. Okay, it sets you up as that example because other people start to notice that and they see that. And certainly if you are the leader in your organization, your employees, your workforce, your teams see that when they come to you with an issue, you're going to take them at face value and trust what they're saying. And they don't have to fear a reaction from you or a misinterpretation. Because what it does is it allows you to have compassion. It allows you to have empathy and sympathy, and it allows you to adjust your own preconceived notions and perspectives about that situation, right? So, you're a leader or a mid-level boss and somebody comes to you with a problem. And instead of going, well, this employee, this person, Sarah Jane over here, she just always complains about everything I try to get her to do, da-da-da-da-da. And you can certainly blame and focus on that person. And guess what? Sarah's no longer going to come to you because she recognizes every time she has a problem, you don't help out because it's now about her instead of this problem that she's having. Okay, and we can read into all kinds of other scenarios with that. But the point being, by giving her the benefit of the doubt, that employee the benefit of the doubt, they see that trust and that compassion, and they feel more comfortable coming to you with your problems. And it was a wise man, I want to say it was General Mattis, right? Or maybe it was Colin Powell, when your subordinates stop coming to you with their problems, then you have failed them as a leader, okay? And not giving them the benefit of the doubt when they do that is one way to fail them as their leader. And again, by giving them that benefit of the doubt, it allows you to see alternate points of view, alternate perspectives. It keeps you from pigeonholing into one solution that you've got in your brain of a way to handle whatever that interaction is. Okay, so somebody comes to you, they're saying, X, Y, and Z, and you go, that's interesting. It allows you to process because you're trusting what they're saying and the information they give to you is true. Now, there are exceptions to this rule. There are certainly limitations to giving people the benefit of the doubt, and that is when they have proven that they are not trustworthy, that their intentions are not in good faith, okay? And that's when you need to start adjusting. And I'm not saying by any stretch to be taken advantage of by any means. I'm not saying to be the walking mat or the doormat of your organization to where people just come to you and you just say, oh, sure, whatever you say, and goes, and they get away with murder, okay? Or anything of that nature. But what I am saying is during your initial interactions with people, have it become part of your nature where instead of judging right off the bat or interpreting towards the negative slant, give that person the benefit of the doubt. It could be something that's causing them to be mad, maybe even specifically at you, like, hey, Kale, you're such a jerk for doing that, or I can't believe you're making us work this on Saturday, or whatever that may be. Or even in your home, something happens with your spouse. It could be their reaction could have nothing to do with you at all, and you just happen to be there. And giving them the benefit of the doubt allows you to see potentially external forces at work here, to analyze those and address those things. And you can go, hey, what are you really upset about here? Because it's not me. If you can say that, right? Maybe it is you, but if you can say that, say it's not me that's causing this issue. What's really going on? And that's part of connecting with your team, is the ability to see things from their perspective and address those issues, not necessarily individually, but compartmentally, and you can deal with them one at a time instead of just this end blow up that really may or may not have anything to do with you as the leader. Okay, so I wanted to really encourage you that giving people the benefit of the doubt should be part of your nature. And this is something that you will probably, if it's not already, if that's not kind of how your personality is already, maybe you're a little more skeptical or pessimistic by nature, this will take some practice. This will take some effort on your part when people come to you. And you will know if you are not this person, and as you analyze as people come to you, if you're the type of person that snaps back, like, I can't believe you're dealing with that, that's not my problem, or anything of that nature. So if you are kind of the opposite of compassion and understanding and empathy and sympathy, start to lean the other direction. Start stepping back, analyzing, okay, how am I reacting to this, and why am I not giving this person the benefit of the doubt? As you do that, and as you purposely make those efforts as these situations come up, again, whether with your child, with your spouse, with a neighbor, somebody walking down the street that bumps you, you will see your attitude and your view of the world start to change. And because probably, more than likely, because you haven't been giving people the benefit of the doubt, guess what? They don't give you the benefit of the doubt, and you are an experienced person of that, not receiving that benefit of the doubt, and it hurts, right? You may have entirely pure intentions with something with your spouse or kids or your boss or your employees, and they don't give you the benefit of the doubt. They assume the worst. And it hurts, it's a lack of trust, it's a lack of faith. And as the person who does not receive that benefit, it certainly leaves an impact, and it changes the way you interact with that person in the future. Okay. So this is an important skill to develop as a leader in your organization. It will open up communication. As you give people the benefit of the doubt, they will see that, especially if you haven't been already. It may take some time to undo some of those trust issues, and that may be a conversation you have to have directly with your employees or your teams to address that. But over time, as you become somebody who more and more trusts other people and releases that pessimism in your life, especially if it's a spouse that we're talking with, you will find a drastically changed environment of how your relationships interact. So certainly, those are the 3 keywords of today. Benefit, I guess it's 4, isn't it? Benefit of the doubt. Make sure you're practicing it until it becomes part of your nature. You will find it will drastically change your relationships. It will change your workplace. It will change how people view you as the leader. And it'll be for the only positive. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. No matter where you are at in the world, have a fantastic afternoon. Bye.